And now to give his inaugural address as our governor, the governor of the Northern Mariana Islands, Arnold Palacios.
Good morning. Apade, Tiro, Faiso. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge, for some reason, Patty forgot to make this acknowledgement. I want to acknowledge the presence of a dear friend, a family who traveled several time zones to join us this morning. I would like to welcome our sister, the Congresswoman from Samoa, Ms. Amata Radowagan. Chief Justice, thank you. Distinguished guests, dignitaries, fellow citizens, specialmente hamzuni mangwajadzun natoto maranas. It is fitting that I take my oath of office today in what we used to celebrate as Commonwealth Day. In 1975, exactly 45 years ago, on this very ground where we stand and sit, the first governor of the Commonwealth, Governor Carlos Camacho, was sworn into office, establishing the first constitutional government of the Commonwealth and a peaceful transfer of governance that would bear witness every 4 years. This brief lesson in history is not intended to impress you with how old Dave and I are, but to remind us all of the enduring legacy of democracy and the principles of shared duties and responsibilities among the three branches of government, and that the founding fathers of our Commonwealth have bestowed upon us. The Commonwealth was founded on hopes for a better future in political union with the United States of America, expressed through the covenant and our Constitution. This is the Commonwealth that we celebrate today. What our founders built is not perfect. It is not intended to be so. The Commonwealth, as with any democratic form of government, is a living and breathing, oftentimes unwieldy institution, defined and shaped by the will of the people in every election. When we look at our own nation and the divisions that run within our national leadership, among the states, within communities, and among U.S. citizens, among us citizens, we are reminded of how fragile democracy can be. And unless we perform our duties and exercise our right to vote in every election, our rights as citizens that we sometimes take for granted, and the government we have come to rely to protect our rights may be at risk. Voting is the most single important duty of every citizen. As I look back on what has brought us all here today, I am humbled by the overwhelming support of our people who have banded together to elect David and I to the highest elected executive office of the Commonwealth. Not only are we the oldest elected governor and lieutenant governor, we are the first candidates from a non-recognized political party to be elected governor and lieutenant governor. I say this not to pat ourselves on the back, but to acknowledge the winds of change in the Commonwealth. The people have spoken and their voices were heard. Social media and its influence on public opinion have given people a sense of their own independence of mind and courage to speak up, be heard, and take a firm stand on their principles. With our amplified voices, we must not forget that we also need to listen to each other with civility, respect, Jani Spiritun Inafamoli. There is a time and place for civil disobedience, and now, more than ever, civil discourse and consensus building is necessary. David and I, as you've heard, are long-standing career government public servants. We take pride in the work and the things that we do in the name of public service and public interest. And seriously, we thought we would be sitting back and enjoying retirement for a second time. But what we saw more than a year ago compelled us to reconsider. The Commonwealth was facing a moment of crisis and in need of credible leadership. Our people deserve better than where we're at today. By taking the oath of office today, we recommit ourselves to another term of public service and to lead the Commonwealth through this moment of crisis. And as our friends in Guam have made a motto, make no mistake, we are all in. We are all in to rebuild trust, restore confidence, and to bring back integrity and credibility to our government. For the task before us, there are no easy answers, no quick fixes, just plain old hard work and sacrifices. We are aware and prepared to work harder than we've ever worked before, to do what it takes to write and sail and navigate toward a better future for the Commonwealth. In doing so, we will be honest about what we're doing, why we're doing it, and what we hope to achieve. What propelled people to the poll in November is fiscal accountability and a growing evidence, unfortunately, of squandering of tax dollars. With disaster recovery efforts incomplete and a continuing global health pandemic taking an unimaginable toll on our economy and our lives, the alarm went out on the need to rein in excess government spending and to use public funds wisely. When unchecked, the arrogant use of power never amounts to any good. The people saw through the attempts to hide what greed and corruptions have sown. And in recent days, the revelation of what the much advertised boost program may have just given us a glimpse of the scale of mismanagement and irresponsible use of public funds. The emerging facts, my fellow citizens, on the state of our fiscal health is dismaying, and potential consequences for the Commonwealth that we should be aware of. Our people deserve so much better. We are prepared to take charge and rebuild your trust in your government. And we will need the support, collective leadership of the Commonwealth. We will need the support of every elected public servant in the Commonwealth to get this done. To get ourselves back to fiscal stability, we must do so by exercising fiscal discipline. And leading by example is not a problem for Dave and myself. We are both known for our frugal ways. We don't look for luxury travel or extravagant expenses for fixtures and unnecessary use of public service and resources for personal or leisure time. The time to live within our means is truly come. We will work closely with our legislature to pursue initiative to stabilize the fiscal health of our government. And we will review past use of public funds and will pursue, with the assistance of the Attorney General, the options of recoupment from those individuals and companies that are made out like bandits. Our people deserve better. The Department of Public Safety certainly needs a major overhaul. We will be appointing a commissioner who has the extensive enforcement experience, who will emphasize training of our officers, upgrade our investigative facilities, and reestablish the cooperations we once had with our federal agencies. We will ensure that our essential frontline workers are taken care of and treated fairly. We will get back on track with our disaster rebuilding projects, especially for our schools at PSS. We will hold our Housing Corporation and the Public Assistance Office to the fire. They will be put to task to ensure compliance as deadlines for use of federal funds approaches. We will strive to construct the new school building that our federal partners have entrusted us to do. Our children and the educational systems in the Commonwealth have borne the brunt of our natural disasters and the pandemic, and they deserve way better. They deserve way better than the U2 emergency temporary tents that perhaps are still being used for over 4 years. Our Board of Education and PSS must account for that delay. Seriously, we have to do better. We will take care of our teachers and ensure that PSS receives the lawful share of public funds without delay. Secondly, let's take stock of what size of government we really need. The ARPA funds was not designed to balloon the size of government and fund extravagant projects. And we will focus on sustainable growth in our workforce. Somewhere we forgot in the process that our existing workforce should be trained, retooled with an upgraded set of skills to keep the daily operations of our offices running efficiently and effectively. Now we will do our part. We will appoint experienced administrators to run departments and certainly will hold them accountable to the duties and responsibilities that they must carry out. We will work closely with our Civil Service Commission to better train our employees. We have heard one too many times from the Attorney General and the Office of the Public Auditor of the need to create a streamlined system within each agency to address procurement and accountability issues through training and performance. Yes, it will take longer to put our government in order, to fix our public schools. It will take longer to fix our roads, sewer, and water systems. And it will take more time to build capacity. They will all be done. Dave and I will commit our term to work very hard. It will require a unified effort throughout our government, across all branches, and across all our islands. We must stand together with the common goal of protecting our Commonwealth and its future. It is gratifying to see a renewed interest in our indigenous culture, especially in traditional Carolinian navigations that brought several of my ancestors to Saipan. Several years ago, Mr. Lino Olapai was on TV explaining the sailing concepts that he learned from master navigator from Satawal, Bao Pielu. He mentioned Remelua. Look back, get your bearings, and then move forward. Today on this Commonwealth Day, I've mentioned to you the significance of January 9, its place in history, and the more recent events that have brought us here today. We have looked back, we have set our bearings, and in our hearts and minds, what we know, what we need to do, and where we're heading. We are ready to move forward, to face the challenges, and to sail the Commonwealth's proa through the rough waters ahead. We ask for God's blessing for all of us on our journey. May God bless and protect the Commonwealth. We love you all. Thank you. Dios masih. Giliso.